Hello, everybody. We're back again
Hello.
Hey,
with another live installment of the Nerdattude movie podcast. Coincidentally, we won't be reviewing movies. I'm gonna talk
Now
like that from now on.
we're just gonna talk shit for another 2 hours or so.
Yep.
Um, which I mean, we're not reviewing movies, but there's a couple like interesting shit that's going on in the movie world. Like I don't care for this network, but IGN had their like fan fest going on,
okay.
which that's the reason a couple of the Snyder Cut clips came out.
Yeah, they had
Um,
a whole panel with him. Hi, Crash Test Dummy. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Hello,
Sorry for making you wait.
What's
finally,
up, Crash?
final fucking Lee.
So
I love it.
pushy already.
Um, Crash, you'll have to let us know if you're excited for the Snyder Cut, because I am sick of hearing about it, but I want to see it.
I want to see it for
You
sure.
look like you're
but
about to
yeah.
do some backflips about it. Just getting all into it.
I'm a Snyder fan. Like, I know a lot of people like to trash him, but like, I love Dawn of the Dead, which is the easiest one to like. I like Batman vs Superman. I don't love, but I even like a little bit. What was that other one he made with the girls in the house?
I know what you're talking about, and I can't.
I can't remember. That wasn't that great, but
Sucker Punch.
yeah, I even liked. Hey, Giovanni, how you doing, buddy? Giovanni's here on YouTube with us. He says, "What's up,
Hey,
up,
guys?"
man?
Johnny, what's going on?
You should be able to see the chat on the screen, I think. So yeah, like I like Snyder overall. I dig his. I like Man of Steel. I wish they'd make another one in the same vein. But it's easy to trash him, I guess. But people like to trash the movie, which is the Whedon cut. They like to trash Snyder, but they don't trash Whedon for the Whedon cut. Like it doesn't make it like Whedon doesn't get anything. Like he gets to walk away and still be an asshole and ruin other people and ruin movies. Fabian says, "Yes, I'm interested in that crazy ass Joker." I don't know, man. Like you're not gonna be Heath Ledger, and nobody liked the Suicide Squad Joker. And by the way, it looks like they completely got rid of the whole Suicide Squad Joker angle. There's like he doesn't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
Like he's just back to being crazy Joker.
My problem, I guess it's not like a knock against Joker, but like I just can't stand Jared Leto. I can't stand method actors, and it actually kind of pisses me off because one of my new favorite directors, Ari Aster, who did Midsommar and Hereditary, his third movie is going to star Joaquin Phoenix.
Hey man, Joaquin Phoenix.
Another-
Have you seen I Wish I Was Never Here?
I have not.
Check that movie out. It's good, man. It's a rough one though. It's not to be fucked with. Revenant draws. You couldn't care less about Justice League. I know we went over this. I still want to see the Snyder cut. I don't really care too much about comic book movies in general at this point. Like I literally get more joy in reading the WandaVision spoilers than I would watching the show.
I just watched the trailer for Army of the Dead. It looks fucking
Yeah,
looks
it
cool.
looks pretty cool. It looks like they got like the guy who did the marketing for Suicide Squad and was like, "Can we just use some of like glitz and glam? We'll just make it look like a Suicide Squad
Yeah, right.
trailer."
Well, here's
But
the
it's
thing
not.
though. Like, this is the first movie where he's the director of cinematography as well.
Okay.
So he's all in on this one. This is his baby through and through.
Although I might be wrong, but I believe this was one of the movies that Chris D'Elia was supposed to
So
be in.
here's the thing. Jen, my wife, was a big fan of his. She loved his podcast. She was one of his subscribers for like $5 a month. And then he just flat up cold stopped doing it because like shit. But I'm still a fan of the guy, and it sucks because I'm pretty sure they removed him from it. Which sucks. Like, I mean, then you gotta deal with more fucking Batista. And once again, we don't know what version of Batista. Is he gonna be Samoan, Hispanic, the fucking mentally, gone? Like, or just silent, like the James Bond fucking Batista, where he, it's just like, Drax is the only character Batista's ever done that I genuinely fucking liked.
Yeah, also I don't know
Jen's
if
still a fan.
I don't know if Batista's supposed to be like the main character in the movie.
No, yeah,
I'm
I'm pretty sure he is.
Now he is.
It'd be kind of cool if like he's in there for like 20 minutes and then he gets killed off and shit.
Well, you guys remember the movie Executive Decision where they marketed it as like a Steven Seagal movie? And
Yeah,
then
And
20
he's
minutes
not
in,
in
he gets
And then
fucking slaughtered and Kurt Russell's the main star the rest of it.
he blows up in the plane.
What movie were you looking forward to? Oh, yeah, Chris D'Elia. She's still a fan. Chris D'Elia, she was really looking forward to that movie. Now when we go to review it, because I think we should probably do Dawn of the Dead and Army of the Dead maybe when that comes out.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
back to back. Just like I think when Mortal Kombat comes out, we should do all three of them in the episode. First two and then the next one.
I'm looking forward to Army of the Dead, and I'm also looking forward to Justice League because I appreciate Zack Snyder as a director. I am a fan of his films, and I'm kind of
Do you send him
overdone with.
tweets? Do you send him tweets saying, "I appreciate you"?
No, yeah, I try to get into his
Please, Zack
DMs.
Snyder, drip some of your Zack Snyder sweat on me.
No, man, since Watchmen, the dude's been shit on, and it's like he makes good movies.
Dude, I love Watchmen. I like 300.
Watchmen was good.
Like, what more do you want if you like Watchmen, the graphic novel? What more do you want in a movie?
Oh, people got pissed because the fucking tentacle monster was not in there.
Oh,
People who didn't like the Watchmen movie have not reread the Watchmen.
It doesn't
comic.
make any sense. The ending is illogical as fuck. That's the truth of how
Yeah.
the Watchmen ends. But I don't know. Like, I understand that because you changed how the movie ends, but it's just like, in the reality of the movie landscape, it made no sense.
Revenant Mortal Kombat.
I
Mortal
can't
Kombat.
fucking wait for that movie. I've watched the trailer several times now, dude. Like, I can't wait for that movie. That's the first, like, HBO Max movie that I genuinely give a shit about.
But Revenant,
Fucks about Tom and Jerry.
what character do you want to appear that didn't appear in the trailer? Because if we don't get like Nightwolf or Noob Saibot, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Dude, they gotta lay groundwork. You can't just be like, here's a smoke dude. Like, there's gotta be, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be some sort of fucking layer building.
There can't be Smoke Dude, but Goro could show. You know,
That,
actually,
you know what? You make a valid fucking. But he's always been Shang Tsung's like pet, so.
Well, Smoke wasn't in the first game though.
I came in the third game.
Yeah. I remember when we were little too, and I first saw Goro in the movie. I was like, I want this dude to be in the entire movie.
Well, then Johnny
And he was.
Cage punts him in the balls.
Yeah.
He kills his friend. He's just like, all right, that was easy, guys. So, like, Goro very much was like the laziest motherfucker. Reptile would be cool, but you got to do him right.
I used to hate when he
Reptile was
fucking-
in the first. He was in the second one for sure.
Well, he was in the first
He's
one.
in the
as
first
a-
one,
as
yeah,
a-
the
as a-
lizard.
as a
Well,
sus.
if you
No,
guys
it was,
watched the trailer,
yeah,
there is
towards
a
the end.
lizard
when you
looking
do the
thing.
uppercut, Toasty.
Yeah. Towards
Start.
when he's going through the Netherworld, him and Reptile have that fight, which is actually a cool fight scene. Because it's also to that song that's like. It's had that weird like, prodigy shit going on.
There was something in the trailer where they say they might
Yeah.
be reptile.
There looked like a lizard looking thing.
Yeah,
Fabian
unless it
says
was like-
Reptile was in the trailer. Prove it, you goddamn liar.
No, that's what I'm saying. There is a thing where there's a guy that he's supposed to be reptile character. He's a
Okay.
Damn,
human-looking-
we probably can't show trailers on a live show, can we?
I don't know.
I wouldn't see why not, but I mean,
It's technically a trailer. Like, it's not like. We're not making money from it. I don't know, though. If we get 15 viewers, we'll play it. Tell your friends. I'm not doing it again, Rob. I know what you're doing. I used to
Yeah,
love that
Christians.
soundtrack, bro.
Giovanni, who is excited for Cole?
Yeah, he is
Cole-
an original
Cole-
character for the movie.
Cole's power is that he has a Mortal Kombat tattoo, and that's all we know so far.
My power is I'm an entitled douche.
oh shit.
There's no Johnny Cage, but we get douchebag Cole.
I liked douchey Johnny Cage in the original film.
I liked him so much that I watched that garbage Resident Evil 3 because he's in it.
Yeah,
He's the sniper dude, the cowboy.
I just rewatched the last scene of the last Resident Evil movie with Albert Wesker. Oh my god,
It's literally
And I-
worse than the voice acting in the original games. Like, it's cringy.
well I paid to see all of those movies in theaters, which the first one I thoroughly enjoyed. The first one was actually a good,
The
it was a
first
good
one
movie, I
my
thought.
brother and I saw, it was at City North on the north side, and it was sold out, and we were like front row. And in the middle of this movie, this guy kept getting shushed. So he started shouting to stop fucking shushing him that he was strapped. And then these two big old black dude security guards came out of nowhere and fucking tackled this guy. Like we were all in our like lower in our seats, like because the bodies that are behind us will take the first rounds. So yeah, and then we went on to finish the movie. It was delightful. I enjoyed it. Good movie.
Wow.
Good movie.
I hate that fucking theater.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I've only been there once, and I never went again.
I've seen. See, the thing was they used to do Sunday $5 movies. Like Lewis and I used to go, and I've seen so many movies at that theater that like when we used to see them on Sundays, it was great. They weren't very full. You get out at fucking 1 in the afternoon. You got the rest of your day, and then anytime I ever went to that theater at night, it was a fucking headache. Except for when we saw Paranormal Activity, oddly enough, that was quite a nice.
Village Cross used to be like that with the $5 Tuesdays. I think it was.
Yeah.
If you go in before noon, you would get $5 movies.
I used to really love going to Village Crossing.
Oh, that was the first theater where I was able to pull the fucking armrest up and just fucking sit there like
See, I don't think Lewis remembers it, but I think we went and saw Transformers in Barrington with Tim and Majid. Tim's buddy.
The first one?
I believe so. And
that movie gave me a headache.
I'm pretty sure that's the same day we got our iPods at the Best Buy.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that movie the other day because I don't know, in my head I was thinking like what's like a movie that I can say was probably the coolest to see in theaters. And honestly, Transformers is a shitty movie. But that movie looked cool as hell on the big screen.
I like the first three.
The Bumblebee one's pretty good.
Julian says like the theaters aren't for watching movies. Catch my drift. Julian, you go to movies alone, though, so it's a little weird. I don't know what
he's the cooler man
back there. Is that how? Cool. That's Julian's like whole move.
Julian,
one of the Paranormal Activities we saw, yeah, that's the only one I think we saw on a whim because after that they got really popular. We went to go see something else. I don't remember what it was, and I had talked about the movie, and Jen's not. It was one of the first times I knew I loved Jen, although I'm pretty sure this was like when we were years together. But it's really fucked up to say when you think about it. But no, we went.
She's staring daggers across the room from you.
Like
he's gonna get a personal text message.
Fucking knife in my throat. But yeah, we were going to see. It was probably Sobering. I don't know what that is. Probably some chick flick, to be honest with you. And she saw that and was like, she was like, "Do you want to go see that?" And because I'd seen the poster and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is one of the theaters that has this movie." And she was like, "Let's see that." And I was like, "Really?" And she even likes those movies. Those are one of the few horror franchises. I think she's watched every one of them with me.
What, Paranormal ones?
Giovanni, I saw Transformers after 6 Long Island iced teas on a date.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I don't... And in this situation, I'm going to say she probably didn't call back because you were drinking Long Island iced teas.
Well, I think after one... I don't think there was someone there with you. I think it was just you.
It was just him, yeah.
Listen, I tell you right now, Optimus Prime, he's nothing. This is the whole primes.
One of the ladies like, "Sir, this is a Wendy's."
Right. I'll take a double stack and a Whopper.
That reminds me of a story that Giovanni told me that he was all dressed up and ready to go to a concert. And he got too trashed, never made it to the concert. He was wearing white pants or something like that.
Who wears white pants?
And the next morning, I actually was hanging out with the band in the airport. And he wanted to go see it. And he missed. I got a picture with the guy. What the fuck was the name of the group, man?
I mean, there's like I said, there's several bad decisions. White pants never a good idea. I mean, what are you, a painter?
I think it was also snow on the ground. And he fell in the snow.
He finished his shift at the Olive Garden and wanted to go to a show.
Somebody dumped their breadsticks on me again. Fucking salad bowl got topped over. Tired of it. They asked me more dressing. They always wanted more dressing, more dressing.
Didn't Danny LaRusso wear white pants too to the? And he got the spaghetti spilled all over him.
Yeah, but at least that's like the 80s where like you could look goofy. Like people who wear white pants now are asking for somebody to throw like just I could have if I had a brand new coffee that I was looking forward to and I saw somebody walking by me in white pants, even I would be like, I might chuck my fucking coffee on your pants. Like, fuck you for wearing. I hope you sit on a seat in the bus and blood red gum gets stuck to your white pants, you fuck, you arrogant prick.
I hate the old fucking bus seats that were like that.
Dude, I haven't had to take a bus in a while, seats. And I'm so fucking, like, as much as having a car is a pain in the ass sometimes and a costly venture, it beats sitting on the fucking bus or train.
At least you know you're not going to sit in
That's
piss
why.
or gum or...
That's why when
or a hobo
wife
didn't piss in your car seat while you were asleep. You know, that sort of shit.
When my wife, who was born in Berwyn, which is not Chicago, likes to
tell
me she's from Chicago, I was like, you are not from Chicago unless you've been on a CTA bus late at night and there's either someone fighting, someone off, or someone passed out.
So Fabian looked it up. We cannot show the trailer, otherwise we may get suspended on Twitch.
Really? I've seen some people that do play. Well, maybe they play it like at a different.
Well, not on YouTube. I think it's different if you're looking at another YouTube account.
I think you could have it play in the background, but you can't have volume.
Oh,
or you gotta have it. You gotta have. Well, no, Twitch is different. Twitch is like, what you showed the top of Keanu Reeves' head from John Wick. Fucking suspended. Like they're on a fucking tirade with that. But of course you have all these assholes who are like, wait, I can't play people's music in my background? I was just jamming. It's like you have 60,000 people watching, you cunt. Like, come on.
Well, the way to get around all that is we dress up as sexy ladies playing video games, and then we can do what we want.
I'm also considering maybe we write our own lyrics and like or a cappella theme songs that we want to talk about. We're gonna start practicing up. We'll figure it out.
What's the name of our group gonna be?
Oh God, it would have to be something terrible. Like I don't, like I'm almost kind of ashamed to say this, but my very first band name was called Uppercunt.
Uppercunt, I like that.
Yeah, the one guy who was artistic in the group drew a logo. It was not flattering. No. That was when, like, every weekend of mine was in a basement, going deaf gradually.
I remember I went to one, like, gathering show with Matt.
Oh, that was at that art studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was a weird one.
Yeah, I just remember being like, these people are on a different level than I. Like...
Well, yeah, I mean, we were like the problem is we like a lot of the guys like death metal and they like blast metal and they like all this experimental metal shit. So like you'd literally have like this song's about love and it's like fuck you mom and it's like we go into this weird where you don't hear the individual instruments, it's just kind of all a blend. And then at one point like we tried to do doom metal, which was just slow and boring for me as a drummer. And Victor was like, no, man, it's got to be slower. And he's just like, it was like tuned down to F. Like really fucking ridiculously deep. But it was fun. I remember the one time we jammed and it would be Keith and like Victor and I and like Keith's girlfriend. And Victor the one day was like, yo, can I smoke up here? And I'm like, yeah, go buy the exhaust fan, turn it on. Well, literally my dad gets home and goes up there and he's like, comes down to me, were you smoking up there? I was like, nah, I let Victor have a smoke. He's like, I could smell it. He's like, don't let it happen again. Like, he was just like a fucking bloodhound. I was like, all right, sorry.
Well, your dad was like a ninja in the walls when we'd hang out in the basement, too.
Yeah, getting caught smoking pot. That was, I think we were going to see a movie. It was David, you and I. And we saw that awful, I think, My Bloody Valentine remake.
Yeah, and I that night I pictured in my head for some reason the scene in Emperor's New Groove where Crunk is like sneaking along the walls. Like in my head, that was your dad like up the stairs.
Well, see, the funny thing is like we want to smoke a little bit of pot before walking because they won't give us rides to the movie theater, and we don't have cars. We're POW, so we're gonna go walk to the movie theater. We want to smoke a little bit beforehand. We're doing it safely, and like then he's on it. We get into a fucking car wreck, and they don't answer the phone because they were asleep. Literally, I get berated when we get like Jeremy's mom is like, "Oh, you guys okay?" She was like, "You guys are what's important." My parents don't answer the fucking phone, and on top of it, I got yelled at, and I had to set up my Christmas or my graduation party the next day with a fucked up chest. We're not doing a single movie tonight. Live episodes. Thank you for joining, though, Mr. Lagoma. We don't do movie reviews in the live episodes. We use these to kind of talk to you guys and just kind of chit chat and everything. Latest episode we did just put up is Virtuosity and that Depression George Clooney movie. And then I do have an episode going up. Yeah, I don't even remember the Midnight Sky.
Midnight Sky.
I would have named it "Can This Guy Get a Break?" Like, you know, like literally they could have turned that movie into a comedy by like putting like slip sounds when he's trying to get out of the ice with his you know. That movie, dude, I fucking hate that movie. Like, I'm sorry, but that was one of the few movies that made me feel like bad. Like, not like, oh, I feel bad for him. Like, as a person, I walked around the house the rest of the day just like I'm worried about something that doesn't exist.
That's like my wife said we should review The Road, and I was like, I don't like that's the one movie or even book where I'm like, I don't know if I could do that right now.
How about
that was a one and done for me, man.
Compromise, Eastern Promises, and History of Violence. They're both Viggo Mortensen movies. Neither one of them post-apocalyptic sadness. One of them has a schlong dong scene.
I don't know. I don't know if I could watch that movie again.
Hey,
check out the YouTube page. It's Nerdattude Movie Podcast. YouTube/Nerdattude Movie Pod. Or I'm sorry, YouTube/Nerdattude Entertainment. We've got we've been going for a while now. Check out the episodes. We've got a bunch. Halloween month we did 3 a week. Christmas did 3 a week, and then the rest of them in 2 episodes. So check them out when you got some time. Well, we are on Spotify as well. Just search us. Thank you for joining. Eastern Promises is awesome, and they picked good scenes for like the trailer too. When he does that, like, you know, thing to her, like his neck. But that movie's a slow movie. Like, it's not an action movie. It's a drama with the, you know, weird but cool naked bathhouse fight scene. It is a rough film, though. I also, History of Violence is not only one of my favorite movies, but it's one of my favorite graphic novels. Different than each other, but really good.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Dude, that movie is the ultimate, like, people give credit to shit like... Yeah, because they give credit to shit like Die Hard for, like, the everyday man being a badass. But it's literally this dude who was in the graphic novel, they go into more detail. But basically, you know Ed Harris, he's missing the eye because of him. Like, he was a rough shit, crazy dude back in the day. So, like, the fact that he...
I like Ed Harris, too, though.
Yeah, he's all... I mean, him and The Rock is one of my favorite roles of his. But just it's kind of a reverse because it's like, they look at him like, holy fuck, he's a family man. But you look at him like, holy shit, this guy was a mobster. It's a weird dynamic they have in that movie, but I do enjoy it. I like the movie a lot, actually. I can eliminate all of the scenes with the wife.
that was what's her name?
I can't remember her name.
Oh fuck, I can't remember it. It's gonna fuck with me.
Doesn't matter.
I know. I gotta look it up though. It's gonna bother me.
The name of this podcast should have been I Can't Remember, because that's usually us, like 90%. They're in that one thing. Like, oh, okay.
The Mariska Hargitay.
Actually, my God, my wife does that all the time. When we're watching a movie, she'll be like, where's he from? Where do I know him from? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like,
I do that sometimes, but I confuse people that I've seen in real life. Like, I know that face. Like, it's just some random asshole I saw on the street.
My wife, when we first started dating, or when we first got married, for a long time, she would always call out these wrong actors. Oh no, that's this actor. That's this actor. That's it. And the last, like, I think
that's a little Debbie.
The last 6 or 7 months, she's actually been on key calling them and saying, yeah, that's this person. And I'm the one saying, no, you're wrong. And then I look it up and I'm like, oh shit, she's right. So I have to be like, yeah, you're right.
I do see Rob's got the Rock quote, the greatest quote in like any 90s action movie, where it's Sean Connery, where he's like, whiners complain about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. And then he's like, Carla was the prom queen. And then Sean Connery gives him that horny old man, like, oh, like look and say, what the all right, calm down. I know you've been in prison a while. She's pregnant. She's my lady. Nicolas Cage is great in that movie because he really only gets to plateau as like the badass guy for like the last 5 minutes. Because throughout the rest of the movie, he's kind of like not all that tough. There's some shootouts, but even then he's like shooting this way. But then at the end when he's like, are you into Elton John? He does that whole thing. And then he's of course got to, put it in, like, that's badassery. Whether he's a scientist or not. To fucking shove that in that asshole's mouth, and then he just like palmed him to death. They don't give The Rock enough credit because it's Michael Bay, and it's easy to shit on Michael Bay.
I'm actually looking forward to see Willy's Wonderland, even though I know it's going to be trash.
I want to see that movie. I thought it looked kind of fun.
It's already out, right? It's already out on VOD.
It's theater at home for $20.
Yeah, $20.
I can't buy it. You can only rent it on top of it. You can't even buy it, I don't think.
And I saw that it was on premium VOD, and it made me want to go watch that Banana Splits movie, but I can't fucking find it anywhere now.
I almost bought it, and I didn't because I didn't know how good it was. It was everywhere, wasn't it? Like Hulu?
Buying things.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I have the background and I'm wearing the shirt. Today I was at a store, and I fucking found fucking super emo friends of Jane wearing the hat. And then there was 2 other ones that I was thinking about buying, and I was like, no, you guys are not worth
it. What store were you in?
It's called Galleria. It's too fucking hot back here right now. I complained about it being cold, and now it's too hot.
Yeah, it is Nicolas Cage in the Five Nights at Freddy ripoff. And the needle scene, both when the baby doll in the beginning shoots out the poison gas and at the end are both like... Because to Nicolas Cage's credit, when he stabs himself, he does that like... I don't know. I like Nicolas Cage. Hi, Emmy. Welcome to the show. You are unfortunately watching. For you.
I love that Nicolas Cage just does any movie he wants as Nicolas Cage.
Just FYI, I bought Mandy on Vudu because it was $5. It was $5. I've seen it. It was $5. I was like, I'm actually gonna wait until it's like, I have one of those nights where I can't sleep and haven't been able to, so I can trip out to it and like, because the first time I watched it, I think was like a bootleg. I used to bootleg a lot of movies. I shouldn't say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I follow the dude who made the Cheddar Goblin commercial in the movie. There's a whole weird story behind that, but I actually just ordered a puzzle that's the Cheddar Goblin throwing up on kids, so that should be here soon.
There was 2 more photos that I was thinking about buying earlier that I was telling you about. They kind of look like these guys. One of them was a Chili Surprise from The Office.
Nice. I actually, you know what? Now that I don't know how it's going to come out with the green screen, but here's my little Chili Surprise, Kevin.
And then the other one that I saw that I was thinking about Anthony was Sam saying you broke the rules, and it's a little fucking thing of Sam.
So what is that store? They just sell a bunch of random.
It's called Galleria. This right here, these guys, they're super. What is it called? Super emo friends. They were at C2E2 one year when I found them. And those are the ones that are around the photo that you made for me with the Joker. Mm. So those are the ones hanging on my wall.
So speaking of, sorry.
No, I was just saying. So they take movies and characters and shit and different things, and they put little scenes and they make them all sad, and they put like stupid little sad quotes on it. It's kind of cool. I like it. I don't know.
Rob says, love Mandy. It's a good flick. Yeah, we all enjoy that one. You've seen it, right, Alex?
I have not yet.
Check it out. It's on the Vudu. I saw you.
Yeah.
What did you just watch the other night that I saw that I was like, that's got to be Alex? You had to. It was something. It's a movie that only I would watch.
On Vudu?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Me. I haven't watched anything on Vudu.
Thank you, Giovanni. Yeah, no, I that was a lot of fun. I genuinely like their films, so it was nice to be able to talk to them and kind of get a deep dive. They're cool dudes. They were nice. I mean, they told me that they can go for about an hour, and we ended up going for like an hour and a half. So I really appreciated that from them. That was an awesome conversation. I want more of that shit to happen.
I honestly thought when you got their review, they were going to be like, "Yeah, we got like 20 minutes," like,
which would have been,
yeah, that would have been understandable.
If they would have told me 15, it'd have been like 15, no problem. Like that would have been like, I have 2 questions to ask. I mean, there was things like I wanted to ask them about if they assumed by casting Mel Gibson that it would come with a level of controversy, because I did do a dive on like the Metacritic reviewers, and it was all like, well, first of all, Mel Gibson's a piece of shit, and then it's like, but the movie's mediocre as well. Like, I read 5 reviews in a row that were like, I don't know why they'd cast this fucking cocksucker in the movie. It's just like, we know why you don't like the movie, because it's got him. Okay, we get it. God forbid you people have never made a mistake in your life. I'm sure the baby you left in a dumpster doesn't feel that way, you fucks.
I'm sure in the back of your head was like, do I make a joke about Jews, or should I?
Is it ironic that Santa Claus is a Nazi? But there was like a couple questions like that I didn't ask, because I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, these assholes said this stuff about you. But we brushed upon it a little, where because I had told them that I read some things and I thought it was ridiculous what some people had said, that they obviously just didn't get the movie. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I'd like to do more of that. I just I don't have any connections.
You know what? Those guys were just fucking. I don't know how they're fucking so down to earth, man. They and they're all about promoting, regardless of who's.
They're active. I actually just retweeted something Ian tweeted for this woman who was raising.
Oh yeah, the space. She wants to go to space.
Yeah, she wants to go to space.
She was born with no toes. She became a gymnast, and she's a doctor.
Yeah, they're cool dudes. Yeah, if you check out 1-800-Nerdattude on Twitter, that's where you'll get the information. It's the true story, bro.
It is a true story, man.
Gymnast born with no toes. No shit, bro. Like,
she was born with no toes, and she became a doctor, and she wants to be the first doctor, or she wants to go to space to further her career.
Think about waking up without toes, though. Like, and she's never had them. She's never had the benefit. Like, think about your life if you woke up with no fucking toes.
What kind of balance
so here's the thing. Dude. I maybe a couple years back, I came home from work. It was when I worked in retail, so I'd take a shower like at night because you're just fucking covered in grime. And I went to take the towel off the towel rack, and the whole fucking thing came down, and it cut my pinky toe open.
Ooh.
So I like wrapped it, but I kept working. But like, I didn't realize how not being able to use your pinky toe completely fucks your balance.
Every step is God.
Yeah.
So I've got a story about that too. On the Claremont house.
About my toe?
No.
I was gonna say
about toe stories. About cutting toes in general, and pinky toe too. So remember where your room was in the back room?
Yeah.
Hold on, I just want to stop you. If at some point we talk about foot fungus, it's eerily close to what I put in the description. I'm just saying, like, that was a joke, by the way. We're not meaning to talk about foot fungus. I'm just saying.
No. So I was walking towards the back door, and somehow my left foot hit the right wall, and it split my toe, like exploded, my pinky toe. So I had.
Do you want to go to space?
Oh man, I don't want to. The cut was like this on my pinky toe. And of all people, the one time that your dad fucking came around, he put my toe back together and fucking wrapped it up until my mouth got it.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
Like, wait a second. How is it of all the times when PD's reliable when your toe has exploded? Like, he just came out of nowhere like a fucking Vietnam medic and was like, I got you, bro. And he, like,
yep.
What? How have I never heard this fucking story?
I don't know. I
would have remembered a toe exploding story.
I picture like someone throwing Legos at the ground, your toe just exploding. I just checked. We have negative 15 people watching now after toe time.
Alex literally just said his pinky toe exploded, Rob, when he hit it against the wall. Exploded? That is the word he used.
There was blood everywhere, dude.
It's like Valheim graphics. Like, it's like the deer.
It even went up. It even went up as far as my knee. That's how high the blood.
God damn.
That toeless lady is listening to me and like, these sorry saps have no real fucking problems.
Well, that's the thing, is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, think of what she's accomplished with no toes, and we're over here like, yeah, I walk around my house like a clumsy asshole and exploded my toe one day. Like,
I still can't figure out how I fucking kicked the wall on the right side of me with my left fucking foot.
Were you doing parkour? Is this another night like when you fucked
Our
up
car
your
wasn't
knee
even part of the thing,
originally?
man. I was also like probably like 10 years old, so
Oh, that's you gotta say that up front. I was picturing you at like normal adult sized.
no,
I
this
wasn't like now. I feel bad for making fun of a kid. Like realistically, you just duped me to like ripping on a child for fucking up. Thanks, Alex. That's good for the old going to heaven thing.
I don't think that. No.
Yeah,
Those never-
you're over. Like I think you got a lot of things you got to check off that list, bub. Ain't that easy. You can't just tip Starbucks extra.
Real quick, back to the voodoo thing. Demon Knight, Sweet Home Alabama. That's not me.
Demon Knight.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that was me.
No.
Oh,
see, that
okay.
was-
I knew it couldn't have. It definitely wasn't fucking Jen. I knew it wasn't like. No way in my mind did I think my brother was going through the list and was like, "Demon Knight sounds fun." Like, just I
saw that in theaters, by the way.
Demon Knight is one of my. I love that movie.
No, so I was
I really enjoyed the movie.
I ordered a Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight shirt about a month ago, and the other day I was watching Demon Knight on Vudu, and the doorbell rings, and I go check the mail, and I open it up, and it was the fucking shirt, and
It
like
brings families together.
like a little girl, I paused the movie and put the shirt on, and then continued watching the movie.
See, I knew it had to be one of you two because I knew it was nobody else that has the access to the list would be watched. Like, if that movie's on there, it's me. Is what I'm. So when I see it, I'm like, is there another me? Like I forget that everybody else has it sometimes. Like, did I just forget I started watching that? Like, what happened? Did I lose time again?
It's Tyler Durden.
Did I time travel again? What happened?
But what made me want to
Your
watch that was I was thinking of VFW. and
I
that guy
am
has not
Demon Knight's
aged well.
biggest fan. What's that?
What made me want to watch it was the one day I was just thinking of VFW for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Which
get
was a
Jen
good
to
movie.
watch Dust Till Dawn,
Ah.
the first original movie.
Has she not seen it?
She's never seen it, I don't think.
Oh wow.
Dude,
a good
there's so
movie.
many movies she hasn't seen where it's like, you want to watch this? You want to watch this? And she's just like, because then like now you look up trailers for these 90 movies, and they're just shitty garbage ass trailers where it's like in a world, and it's like cheesy footage and like.
And that's man, that's what sucks because it would be cool to do an episode where we just review trailers like one of you guys had said it,
That
but
would
I
be
don't think
fun,
we
yeah.
can. I don't think we can get away with that.
Well, see, here's the thing: if we stream directly to YouTube, we might. Like, if we find like a compilation on YouTube, we may be able to get away with it, just not on Twitch. Which
and
is
we'd
fine
probably
with me.
have to be talking over it the entire time.
So that means everybody who's watching should also follow YouTube only. No.
Yeah, make sure you're
to see
following the YouTube.
the Twitch is awesome. That's mainly for like game streaming. We do the live episodes, but the YouTube is where you really want to follow for not only the show but other content. We've got Alex hasn't had a beer since last year. I've got a couple shorts that we still have to upload that I'm finishing up. We've got a one-off coming, so the YouTube page, youtube.com/channel/Nerdattude Entertainment is the best way to get all the types of content we got going.
So my cousin watched it. Alex hasn't had a beer, and she started singing the song like at work one day.
Well, they did do a From Dusk Till Dawn 2. That one starred Robert Patrick, and it wasn't very good. Or that might have been From Dusk Till Dawn 3. I don't remember. One of them had Robert Patrick in it. I think it was the second
You
one.
know Rob, the weird thing about the show was that was what's his face coming back to do it too. If
Robert
I'm
Rodriguez,
not wrong,
but I think it was one of
Rodriguez.
those situations where he didn't direct every episode. He like handed it off to others. I think the first season he did most of it. Did Quentin Tarantino just win a Grammy? I don't even know. What the fuck did he win it for?
A Grammy?
Wait, I think a Grammy is for singing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Grammys
music,
for
bruh.
music.
Buddy, I think you had 6 Long Island iced teas.
You keep those Long Island iced teas out of here. This isn't Jersey.
Cut back on that.
What's in a Long Island
It's
iced
like
tea? Isn't that
6
like
different types
everything?
of fucking
There's 7
rum.
different liquors.
Yeah.
It's alcohol poisoning essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. A funny story about the Long Island iced tea, too.
It's basically roofies without the pill.
Do you want to hear the story about the railing on Claremont and Long Island iced tea?
Is that how you fucked up your knee?
Was that what you were drinking?
Yeah, so Uncle Frito and I were at a bar. It was a birthday party for somebody. It was called Cherry Red. It was on yeah, it doesn't matter where. Anyways, it was an open bar. So we were doing Long Island iced teas, and we were doing shots of tequila.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I think it was like we were at like 8 or 9.
I don't like tequila. When I hear open bar, it's whiskey and corkscrews or screwdrivers.
Corkscrews.
Corkscrews. I put a bullet in them though because I'm a man.
corkscrews.
Yeah, I'll take a corkscrew, thank you.
Yeah, but when you're doing Long Island iced teas and you're doing shots of tequila and you're chasing them with Long Island's, it catches up with you very fast.
Remember, kids, if you ever experience the wonderfulness that is Jägermeister and you don't love the taste, cut it with Sunny Delight.
Actually,
it will be a delight.
Don't we have two stair stories? Because you have the railing story, and Matt, didn't your foot go through your stairs?
We just talked about that while he was building in Valheim.
So I have so many stories of the former stairs at the former place, the old ones before we replaced them. Everything from one time I slipped down them and Jen was lower than I was and attempted to catch my big ass. So I literally hit her and then roly-polied back around the other way to catch her from falling and hitting the sidewalk. It was very heroic, considering I initiated it. And then, yes, my mother used to babysit, and one of the kids was asleep, so I had him on my shoulder, and my foot just went right through the fucking stair.
And you broke the light.
Oh, yeah, I kicked the light bulb fixture that was underneath the stairs out and everything, yeah.
I lived, what, you were like...
3 houses over, technically.
So 3 houses over, I had my windows open, and I heard the fucking stairs break, and I fucking popped my head out the window and I see Matt up to his fucking thigh in the fucking stairs.
I had cuts all up my leg from where it had gone through, and the wood splintered and sliced my leg up.
See, but the thing is, like, the houses were different enough. Like, I feel like Grandpa's stairs were like wide.
Yeah, they weren't as steep
and
either. They had a more gradual incline.
Were steep and short enough to where if you fall down, you're going all the fuck the way down.
Well, like they were so fucked up by the end that like you would literally walk up them in the center and like jog up them each leg on each side because the stairs would shift.
Yeah, I never liked going up your stairs, man. That's why I would always like yell.
Giovanni, I have gone down those stairs several times on my ass over my lifetime. They used to freeze over, and the one time we had to go to school, and each one of us went down them on our ass because we slipped and fell, all 13 of them. But, you know, we also used to climb. We would get yelled at for climbing up on this, because the way they were is they were like just a metal railing and a little bit of wood plank on the outside of the railing, and you'd walk up them to, like, stair 10 and jump in the snow. And my mom would come flying out of the house screaming at us for doing, you're going to fucking hurt yourself. And it's like, you're going to hurt me too, but I'd rather be hurt by this.
What was it your dad said when you fell through the stairs? That was 20-year pressure-treated wood?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he literally, you fell through it? That's 20-year pressure-treated wood. What? The stairs are like 30 years old. Like, what do you...
It was older than that, man.
Well, now it's Matt pressure treated.
Oh, yeah. It's been pressure treated with my fucking size 16 and my tree trunk thigh. You know, and we didn't replace the stairs at that point. He just pulled that board off and replaced it with a different board. It wasn't like the stairs got fixed.
Was it like 2 pieces of wood?
Yeah, we'll just replace it at the beam. I mean, like, that was the thing, is it wasn't like, oh, I guess, you know, maybe it is finally time to invest in not a death trap. We'll get some real stairs. But no, that wasn't it. The only reason the stairs got replaced is because for one thing, the neighborhood became more gentrified. It was more of these prissy white women, more Karens roaming the land. So on Halloween, I think one of them walked up the stairs, and we used to try to be at the bottom, like, as much as we could. One of them walked up and they called, and the city was basically like, your garage needs to fucking go, and your stairs need to be fucking fixed and go, otherwise we're going to condemn them. So we literally had to knock down the garage and replace the stairs. Yeah, that was a clusterfuck. I mean, I liked the patio we had after that, though.
Yeah, that was cool in the backyard.
And we had that was the one thing I do kind of miss about the old house is the backyard setup. It was a nicer setup than we have here, but we have a much nicer house now.
To follow up on that story, too, about when I had those Long Islands, Freedom was with me, and we were going up the stairs, and I guess I don't know, man. I think he pushed me, but I put my arm on the railing, and he said that I leaned on it, and the whole railing. You remember it was those iron fucking railings?
Yeah, it was an iron railing.
It snapped from the top. The weld fucking snapped.
From what I remember, you were leaning over to reach for something or yell at someone. Like there was one of the kids or something was in the grassy area in the front. and you were
No,
leaning
no,
over
this was
it.
like fucking like 3 or 4 in the morning, so there was no
Oh.
kids in there.
Didn't
Well,
you
was that 'cause
also
your hair
like?
right then?
Didn't you also pass out halfway out of your car, and your Emmy or
Yeah.
grandma thought you were dead?
That was another Long Island iced tea night.
There's too many of these. There's too many Long Island iced tea nights.
Yeah, I went and I registered for darts because we were on a dart league and I was the captain, so I had to go fill out the paperwork at the bar. And while I was sitting there, the bartender kept bringing me Long Island iced teas. I think I only paid
Was
for
the
2.
bartender Giovanni?
I only had 2.
It's just
and-
Giovanni dressed up as the bartender from The Shining. Anything for you, sir.
well,
Long Island iced tea.
we played out of the bar.
But he's
So-
white faced too.
So the,
He just disappears too. Like it's just he comes up, another Long Island iced tea, Mr. Linton.
and he doesn't even work there. He just fucking pops up.
Yeah, just anything I can help you with. Perhaps another Long Island iced tea, sir.
No, but that bartender, seriously, man, I only paid for 2. When I got my receipt,
Was it a lady bartender? Did you work your charm?
no, it was a guy.
Did you work
He
your charm?
actually lived above the Davis Theater, so it's one of those weird
Rob
things.
said Long Island iced teas are dangerous.
Oh
Apparently,
shit! Yes, they are.
Alex has wounds that sports athletes have from Long Island iced teas. I swear. So
I just
that's
remember how
your
pissed off Grandpa was about the stairs.
2007. Lost my
that?
ACL to the Long Island iced tea debacle.
What'd you say, Anthony?
I just remember how pissed off Grandpa was about the stairs.
Well, yeah, because Freedom put the fucking railing back on the stairs and like left it there. So the
Like
next
he would
day,
never find out.
yeah. So the next day, I was sitting on the fucking porch. I was hungover. I'm smoking a cigarette, and then a friend of mine came over and he leaned out. He went. He fell over, and I was like, "What the fuck did you do?" He goes, "No, I didn't do nothing." And then Freedom told me the next day that he put the railing back on there, and like put it there. I was like, "Why the fuck did you do that in the first place, man?" Yeah, I got into so much shit for that. My 20s were fucking awesome, I think.
You deserve to get shit. If I would have come out and seen my fucking railing knocked over, I'd been like, "Are you
But
fucking
it's-
kidding me?"
It's like growing up. That's how both of you guys got new stairs in your houses. You both destroyed the stairs that you owned.
I tried apparently, but in the end, it took the city to condemn him. I was
It
only
is
so
weird, though.
effective.
I was talking to Shay a while back and did tell her like it is weird growing up, how we did see that neighborhood get gentrified. Like
Yeah. Well, we went
Oh,
from
you
surrounded by bangers to fucking the whitest of the white.
You didn't even see it
Pete
the way I saw it.
McMurray, who I maintain I still liked Pete McMurray. I still like Pete. He was nice to me because of Pete McMurray. I got to see Van Halen before
is
he
still
died.
a radio dude?
He's on like YouTube and shit now. I'd love to hook up with him and see if he'd like to like
Van Halen
do an
died?
interview. Well, yeah, you didn't know
All
that?
of Van Halen died.
Oh,
Everything.
you mean the group?
Yeah,
No.
no, he's talking about Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie Van.
Oh, Eddie Van Halen died. Yeah,
Yeah, you know the guy that group's
Yeah.
named after.
yeah. But you said Van Halen died. Like,
Well,
No, it was
nobody's
like,
talking about the fucking drummer when they reference Van Halen of the Van Halen brothers. Like,
wasn't there 2 Van Halens in the
yeah,
band?
the
though?
drummer
Eddie
and
Van
the
Halen.
and Eddie and the drummer, Max or something. Not Max, some other fucking name.
It's like the Great
Wolfhausen.
Pharaohs. As soon as Eddie passed away, they immediately had to slaughter everyone else in the band.
But we saw them when they came around with Diamond Dave, and he sounded fucking terrible. Like he just like he was garbage. But yeah, I mean I don't know. I didn't have any problem with Pete. His wife on the other hand.
No, I don't have. I don't
He
have.
was
a problem.
banging his nanny.
Which one?
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
Who
The first
wasn't
one.
on that block? No.
No, but
Desperate
the
husband.
one thing I just get pissed off about those people in the neighborhood is when you start to have a conversation and they say, "Hey, how's it going? How's your day?" and then you start
Rob
talking
knows.
to them, they cut you down. They cut you off and start talking about something else.
Well, then they would have those obnoxious
Like,
block
why the fuck
parties
even ask?
where like all of the white money people would be in one area hanging out playing cornholing. Like that was always the whitest kids you would know.
Playing cornhole.
I think for one block party Jen and I were accepted into it, and then it was just like, oh wait, you're not money. They could smell it on us like
Yeah, you don't
fucking
get to
vampire blood.
hang out with the dudes in BMWs who like being pegged. You're not in that group.
Oh, I'm not amongst the group that gets blown by their secretaries. Whoop they fucking do. Fucking soulless bastards.
Those aren't the rules that we play by. That's the other thing I don't like about them.
What, white people?
No, they're cornhole rules.
You really should establish that before you get in the bedroom. I'm just saying. You wanna know what
You're the one that
games
said that you were playing cornholing with all of them.
the sandbag game, not the ass fucking.
It's actually corn bags.
Cornholing. No, it's called cornholing.
There's actually corn in the bags.
There's what?
I
want you to find me the actual corn bags, because every single cornholing bag I've seen is filled with those stupid little plastic pellets.
Just don't Google cornhole.
Google it, and you're gonna get two things: the game and ass fucking. I'm just saying, that's what it is. I like the game. I'll say that.
Anybody ever see those fruit baskets with the banana thing that hangs and you can hang the bananas on?
Yeah.
So my wife called it a banana hammock.
No,
And I said, what? She goes, I want a banana hammock. I was like, I don't know if
this would be the perfect opportunity from Todd from Scrubs to pop out right about now.
I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? And she told me, she's like, the basket where you put the fruits on the bottom and you hang the banana at the top. I was like, yeah. I was like, Google banana hammock. I was like, it doesn't mean the same thing.
The delicious banana hammock.
As soon as she did, she was like this. She goes, she's like, that's not what I'm talking about. I was like, okay.
The savory banana hammock. I love it too. Yes.
I guess that term never made it to the Philippines. I guess I don't know.
So I caught a clip of that. Do you guys watch that Little Sheldon show?
No.
I watched like 3 or 4 episodes. There's some funny shit on it, but I just can't. I can't commit to it.
There's a clip where he's got this friend from Vietnam, and Sheldon's like, "I'm just not hungry," and the kid's like, "Never hear that in Vietnam." I was like, "Damn, CBS." I'm the daddy says my new name is gonna be Cornhole Destroyer. It would probably be more accurate than Culo Destroyer. I mean, a boy can dream, right?
Cornhole Destroyer. That's not a.
It's not gonna win you favor amongst the Call of Duty
his
You'd be better
on
off with
Xbox
Hyman
Live
Buster.
Hyman Buster's a good one.
His name on Xbox is fucking Culo Destroyer.
Yeah.
Is it really? Was that Julian?
It's
Julian, who's still 12 years old and playing Modern Warfare 2.
You gotta be specific though. Are you talking about all asses or just?
Yeah, that's the thing is the Call of Duty crowd's not going to be nice to you with that one. You're going to be you're doing them a favor, really.
So when Fallout 3 came out, me and my brother Ruben were huge into it, and I had played a game. I made a character. I had 300 hours in it. And years after, I went to boot it up on an Xbox 360, and I was sitting in the living room with my wife, and I opened the character menu, and she's like, so your character's name is Face Raper? And I was like, okay, hold on. I was really young when I made this file.
And in the wasteland, you need to rape faces. I'm just saying.
You never think you're gonna have to explain a decision you made when you were really stupid, and I had to be like, "This was, I didn't intend." And she's like, "Well, elaborate," and I was like, "I really don't want to now."
I'm slowly phasing out the 1-800-abort gamer tag.
Yeah,
because I've had issues with my first Rocket League match. Some lady was mad at me for having the name. I have children who play this game, and I was like, "You're triggered for no reason."
You should have been like, well, you wouldn't.
The odds of your children playing against me and after you is fucking.
Should have called me first, bitch.
It could also mean retreat.
You wouldn't have to be worried about their safety if you would have called me. They wouldn't exist. Basements, vans, I go wherever. I'm a nomad, doctor.
But you've had that gamer tag since
years.
Xbox days?
Yeah, I was a crazy little 12-year-old that thought that one. Or 05. Whatever 05 is. When I got the Xbox. I got it for Christmas that year, and I got Call of Duty 2 with it, which was one of the first games that came out with it. So it was the first when they first released. So that game tag, that goes back to 05. So what is that? It's 15 years? I was 15. Or 16?
No.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Is it 15? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
so
can't.
I was like 16 years old or 15.
Didn't you get like banned
I
for
remember when I was a little girl.
What's that, Alex?
didn't your account get banned for a couple months because of the
Oh, I've
the
been
name?
suspended several times. Well, the problem is like people shit talk, and I don't ignore it. Like I come up with witty ways to insult them, and one of them that got me the week ban was I believe I told the guy he had the nuance of an unshaven, unbathed gypsy whore. And I think they suspended me because I said gypsy. Like if I would have just said whore, I think I'd have been okay.
But
they-
how did you type it or did you say it?
Oh yeah, this was me on my controller, just like you unbathed gypsy whore.
Okay, so if you typed it, yeah, I could see
If
the
you
G.
say, if you say it, they don't do shit to you. But it was always the
Did you not
messaging.
have the text pad attachment though, where you just
No, I'm D-padding it the whole fucking time. I'm ferociously just like,
So-
oh, you think you're funny, huh?
My godson's brother did that too to one of his friends. He like sent him a text calling him some kind of name, and it was his own friend, and he reported him. His own friend reported him, and he got
What a
fucking
bum.
banned for 30 days.
Well,
His
that's
own
yeah.
fucking
But
friend.
the thing about it is, though, is if you got banned for 30 days, you already had 2 strikes, Mister.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
get banned
and-
for 30 days on the first jump. I know the
Yeah,
system. I'm like a fucking foster kid. I've been there.
You know, the response that his father said, he goes, "Are you a fucking idiot?" He goes, "Why would you send a fucking text?" Like he was like, he's like,
I mean, I'm
"Stupid."
sorry, but the first time I see that kid, I punch him in the eye. Like, oh, you want to be a bitch and fucking report me? I'm gonna report you to my fist, and I'd have punched him
You're
right in his
supposed to
face.
be a friend. Fuck you.
Like, oh, this is what you get when you report people. Fucking headbutt. Like, screw that kid. Fucking snitches get stitches. That's all I'm saying.
Shit, the multiplayer game we played all back in the day was probably Halo 2.
God, oh, fucking energy sword.
that fucking nice little LAN party outside with the fucking tent.
Oh, Alex has fun stories of Halo 2 online. I used
Which
to get
one?
in
Oh, yeah.
so many
yeah.
arguments with people, dude. Like,
But
I used
remember
to
when we
go
did the LAN
at
party? That
people.
was kind of fun.
I recall an argument on Blood Gulch about the overshield.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
like, but that was back in the day where I was like, "Oh, you're gonna talk shit to me? Well, fuck you, I'm gonna talk shit to you." And like, I would just like have full on heated like, "Fuck you, you piece of," to random strangers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those were bad. That's why I love the party chat. I don't have to talk to anybody. Like on Overwatch, I will occasionally jump in with my vocals, and then it gets weird because when I do that, I literally had this girl accost me of not being real. She literally was like, "Wait, what is that?" And I was like, "Are you talking to me?" And then here's the thing: at night, when I get more and more tired, my voice gets a little deeper. So I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's fake, right? I thought you were fake." Accused me of, and she's like, "It just sounds so good." And that also goes with the weird story of
It sounds so good.
yeah, and was like
Okay.
it sounded like it was recording because it just sounds so professional. And then I had the story that weird Canadian dude is like, "Oh, bro, oh your voice, man, it's so good. It's just you should be. I thought I was listening to the radio." And that happens all the time, and it's fucking weird. It's never
How do Canadians say radio?
oh radio. Like he had this like he wasn't
A radio.
like it wasn't even like he wasn't like a Canadian Mountie like what's all here eh oh, but he was like he had those your voice But Joanna
I thought you
says
were gonna say,
backyard
like,
LAN party where we had 4 TVs linked. It's an awesome LAN party.
That was in the backyard.
Does
Yeah,
not
that was.
does not beat the No Mercy Royal Rumble sessions we used to have on that game. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Still cherished memories.
On one of my fucking flat screen TVs that I got. It's a fucking box TV, but it's flat.
Oh yeah. The ones that are like 150 pounds for a 22 inch.
Oh god.
Yeah,
it
that was when you had like you used to have like the huge projector TVs, right, with the bulbs in them.
Oh
that had
god,
to
we never had. I think you guys had one. We
No,
never
that
had
was
one.
later. That was much later. I got that when I first got married. But
Those are the
that's not
TVs. Those are the TVs you see in alleys now with like hammers that have gone through them.
good.
Yeah, well, the one Alex had looked like if you dropped it out the window, it would kill someone.
Oh, that TV. Yeah, that.
they
one
were
was,
entertainment
that was
pieces.
huge.
Like they weren't just TVs. They were full on fucking everything.
That was an ABT special.
ABT. I remember going there and being enamored by the camera area because of the fish tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fish tank.
Yeah. Although they were
That
also
was
one of the
definitely
first
what I was
places.
with the globe. with the water globe.
They were one of the first places where they had like VR setups you could play with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the last time I was there, which it's been years at this point, but that was when VR was first starting to like become popular.
We went to ABT like 2 days after we got back from Puerto Rico after we went to visit my family, and my wife. We went there for my dad to go buy something, and my wife and I were sitting there and we're looking at stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this TV's fucking cool." It was a 55-inch Samsung. That's the one Anthony's talking about.
Yeah.
Projection TV, and that was like the latest thing. I was like, "This TV's so fucking cool."
It's like a movie theater in our home.
I was like, "That we'd have a good spot for it and everything." And my wife told me that I tricked her into letting me buy that fucking TV. I was like, "No."
I've been there.
I was like, "You kept coming back to me saying, do you want it? Do you want it?" And then we ended up fucking buying it.
I mean, I think I'm pretty good too. I talked my wife into allowing me to get a second Switch.
Nice.
Yeah, so now I've got
But
my own.
I mean, technically it worked because she's addicted. Well, she's addicted to Animal Crossing. Before that, it was Splatoon.
I didn't want to say that.
Thanks,
He
Lewis.
said it. I didn't
I'm
want
glad
to.
you pointed that out. She is a
That's
dick.
what. You don't cut off your sentences at a certain point.
I don't even have to edit around that one. She's a dick. Damn you,
Jen, I did not.
She's probably asleep at this point. I gotta go see if she's awake. And like, I'm a dick, huh? I'm a dick. Really? I'm a dick. Really? We'll see. We'll see about that. Headbutts me. Like, it's not even like normal like wife shit where it's like, oh, we'll see about that. And they just don't do like any of your clothes. They just wash their own. But it's like she just full on fucking headbutts me. Like, that's what I think.
When my wife's angry, she just does the sassy black lady thing where she just goes, mm-hmm. And I'm just like, all right, I fucked up something. Like, I did something wrong.
You know, you really just should lean into it. Like, if you're in trouble for something, go full bore. Get it all out. Like just a good squeegee of the mop. Get it all out. And another thing. That never ends. That's never a good ending.
I used to do that as a kid, man, with my parents. When I'd get into trouble for something, and I'd fucking tell them something else that I did that was wrong. Like, get it all out.
Dude, I got my ass beat as a kid, so it's like I didn't have that like luxury of like, what lie should I tell? It was like, oh, lie. How's the lie going now? Like, you still seeing straight? Well, we're gonna get that lie out of you. Yeah, secrets weren't something that like I was raised in a goddamn Viet Cong camp. Like, secrets weren't something that were allowed.
There was a time when I ran out of gas and I had to call my old man to come, give me some, bring a fucking gas tank over, and and while he's there, he's pissed off. He's like, "What have I told you about, gas?" He's going on and on and on. And I was like, "Oh, by the way, I got a ticket the other day." He goes, "What? You got a ticket?" My cousin goes, "Why'd you tell him?" I was like, "Well, he was already pissed at me. Why not just fucking get it over with?"
Bulk buying's the best way to go. Just get it all out at once.
So not only did he have to bring me gas, he also had to pay for the ticket that I got when I was a kid. Oh, God.
We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and then I didn't play it when we started the show, but I want to show you guys a piece of artwork that Rob Revenant Draws, who's in the chat right now as well, he developed for us, and I just want to show you a quick video. It's the end. If you watched last week's episode at all, it is the intro to that one as well, but I want to show it off here
Very
as well.
nice.
So we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. We're old. The bathroom calls. And then we'll be right back with you. Talk to you guys here in just a minute. Hello, Moto. We are live again, and as promised. Now, this is a 1 minute long version of it. The normal version is about 2 minutes, but I cut it down to fit the intro song. So this is our graphic artist Rob made this for us, and this is kind of his time lapse of him creating it. So I do apologize if it's super loud, but here we go.
Layers. You gotta ask him how long it took him.
Well, if he's still in the chat, we can ask him. How long did it take you, Rob? I fucking love it.
But yeah, I really like that. I think it's probably. I mean, obviously, I love the logos and whatnot, but it's got to be my favorite artwork.
That's funny.
Like, I actually had the idea of
I've never
making.
I've never looked so handsome. Sorry.
I had the idea of making short little video vignettes for each of the characters. So like, just like a 2 minute clip of. He did it within a week. He says.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Dude, that level of talent is literally like watching somebody do magic. For me, like I have. It's one of those things where in this world, I could never do. I am a musician, I am a writer, but I do not have any sort of drawing or painting talent whatsoever.
I've got art, but I'm embarrassed to show it. I'll show you guys, which I did, but I won't show it live on anything.
Not even on your OnlyFans.
No, not even on my OnlyFans.
I do art, but I don't dabble in digital art. Rob, you are amazing at that. That is not my cup of tea.
You know what? My 9-year-old fucking does that shit, and she's really good. And I want her to keep doing it, but she's like, oh, I don't know. She does really good.
I actually am really excited because I'm going to rewire everything tomorrow morning. I finally decided, which is going to finally give me enough USB ports to run the Wacom tab to work with Photoshop. So the next project for the channel is an overhaul of every thumbnail. I'm going to create new thumbnails for every video that we've done, except for the live ones. Like the streaming. Like I'm not going to go that route, but because it's different than a produced YouTube video. But I'm going to leave the Alex hasn't had a beer since last year, but virtually all of the other thumbnails are going to be recreated because they're all just like the logo and shit. So I'm gonna be updating those soon. I'm gonna start working on those, and then we're gonna be renaming the episodes slightly. We're gonna give them numbers so it's a little easier to follow. I'm gonna do that on Spotify as well.
You know that Alex hasn't had a beer one. My wife actually watched it a couple times.
Yeah, she like it,
and she really likes it. And I'm like, really? I was like, it's me talking about it, not fucking drinking. She likes it.
I love it.
But then she complains when I got a drink in my hand. I'm like, come on, really?
Wives, that's one of the tests of how if they actually love you, is like they genuinely like things that make you cringe that you're doing. Like they're genuinely, and it's not even like you're my husband, I support you. It is like I love you, I love this. There's no question. Hell yeah, let's do whatever you're doing. Like it's just that like blinding, like they have a sword in front of them going into battle. Like fuck it, we're doing this.
I think she likes it because of how uncomfortable I was making it. Because she was watching me through the window a couple times.
I don't know why you had
fucking watching me.
You had a great director. The writing staff was top notch. So I don't know. You were in great hands.
Yeah.
See, I can get away with saying staff because of the multiple voices in my head, so it works.
Creative idea was Anthony. and then director, fucking producer, and editor. And
Creative
everything
idea was
else.
a joke. I didn't think you jackasses were gonna make anything.
It's one of my favorite things we've done. Extracurricular things we've done.
Yeah, but like everything else was you, and then the only part that I did was fucking the acting part, which it took us 30 days to do.
Yeah, well, we covered a whole month. It definitely wasn't shot in basically a day.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
but I had a lot of fun doing it. But I was so nervous the whole fucking time, man.
Why?
And it was like 5 fucking minutes. 5 fucking minutes. I'm just like that. I mean,
It literally was 5 minutes of video in the end.
I know. I get real nervous at any kind of
I was trying not to like make any movements. Like I was uncomfortable because I'm like, don't break his concentration. So I'm just like,
well, no. Sometimes though, when you weren't reacting, I was kind of like, what the fuck? Am I doing it right?
I was worried about that too because like my resting face is that of disappointment.
But
so
if you would have reacted a little bit more, I would have felt a little more confident because then I would have.
I did laugh at a couple things.
Matt,
I didn't want to throw you off.
Matt was doing the when earlier today.
This was him.
Rory somersaulted off the couch and did the thing where he looked at me to see if he was going to cry. That's what Matt was doing. Like, just leave him. Just leave him.
Leave him. We'll see what he does. But here's Matt.
I did say I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm just gonna listen. Like we did talk about that because I didn't want to pipe in and fuck up whatever flow you would get because you did get flow.
Yeah, because you said you were going to
use the words "cut" or "action" while filming.
No.
Okay.
No, I let it.
Actually waited for me to.
Yeah, because I figured you were because I knew because you did get on a roll, especially we would because I remember we would do one, and it was good, but then I would be like, do another one, just because if I figured if I said it this time tweak the nippities. I knew that if I told you I liked the first cut and this one was for shits and giggles, let's just see what you do. The idea would be you'd be a little bit more relaxed. And the first cuts were great. We could have used most of them, I think, except for one, which was you forgot how you wanted to word it. But that was the nice thing is we could have used most of because you were good with them. But then I did it several times where I was like, do another one. And then on that second one, you were your voice was more into it. The first one was a little bit more monotone. Then the second one comes in and you know what you're going to say. You know your rhythm. You know how how you're supposed to be feeling with it. And so those second ones you always were just sharp. They were always the second one what you see in the entire thing is basically the second take for every single scene.
Yeah. But the first one was the first one.
Yeah.
We only did it once. The first one was the first one.
That was that first night of recording where we literally were together for 3.5 hours and it went into the late hours and we were we're tired, I gotta go to bed. And we got one portion of the thing shot, and it was just we had changed the concept entirely because we were, behind the scenes, we were literally trying to film an entire month's worth of vlogging basically, and they were it wasn't designed to be I hate my life because it was designed to just be quick cuts of Alex and just
and then it was topics. It was oh, do we want to do the topics? Because it was the riot during the riots that happened.
Yeah,
I was do I want to cover that? And
we were trying to figure out how to make it fun, not make it funny, but come back to funny from it.
Situation funny,
and it was just you're literally you're not even in a U-turn spectrum, bro. A U-turn puts you in a lake. There was no way to go from oh, this shit happened, ha ha ha.
GPS driving with fucking Michael Scott.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna follow your robots, huh? But yeah, we just couldn't figure out how to come back from the seriousness of it to make it any sort of funny, and we had to drop it. Which it would have been appropriate for you to talk about it, but it's just fuck, where do we go from here? Want to throw in a 9/11 story while you're at it? Fuck.
Throw that around. Hey, I got married in 9/11. All right.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, one?
Was it cheap?
You were fucking there.
Was it? Well, yeah, but was that before? Yeah, that was before.
No, it was after.
It was after.
Yeah, 9/11 happened in 2001.
Yeah.
I got married in 2005.
You're a terrible American, by the way, but yeah.
Did you guys pick that because it was really cheap?
No, we
9/11 special.
We baptized our daughter that day, and we said, you know what? Anybody who shows up to the baptism can also see us get married. and we got married.
You just threw that in at the
Right?
end.
You just threw in movie tickets after the carnival? Like, what the fuck?
We didn't tell nobody we were getting married. We just said, come to
people were
our
like,
daughter's
I'm not gonna
baptism.
go see the kid get baptized. Now I gotta go because he said he's getting
You
married.
better have shrimp.
We never told nobody. We never told nobody we were getting married. Don't you remember your mom was fucking crying like a fucking baby? You didn't tell me you were getting married. Like your
I
mom
have
said, fucking
systematically blacked out lots of parts of my youth.
Your mom was convulsing when she was saying it. She goes, "You didn't tell me."
I like to call it time
only-
travel.
Only my mother knew and great grandma.
I don't know if you guys can hear the fucking car.
Yeah, I
going
did.
off.
I was wondering. I didn't know
car?
if your seat was squeaking or not because you were moving.
So
I thought that was
my
your son pushing a horn.
wife got home earlier, and she said that one of our neighbors on the first floor, they're the ones that they had an electrical fire.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me.
They also have like a daughter, a teenager, or she's got to be like in her 20s, who doesn't live here but occasionally comes around drunk and gets kicked out.
Awesome.
She randomly tried to get into my wife's car today. Yeah, like not only get in her car, but she saw my wife turn off the car, go to step out of the car, and she opens the back door to get in. And
You thought it was your Uber?
yeah, Shay was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, but also like, if your Uber arrives and they go to get out of their car, maybe it's not your Uber. Like,
See, I had a much more.
If your Uber arrives and they're parked, it's not your Uber.
I had a
Yeah.
much more pleasant experience with outside today. I walked out. I don't remember what I did. Anyways, I was going to the car. Oh yeah, we went to the gun range today. That's right. Crash. I thought someone was letting a little fart out. No, yeah, no, that's a weird fart, bro. You got like the accordion in your asshole.
Okay.
But see, there's the family across the street has this beautiful pit bull puppy, and this dog's like
Yeah, you told me about
like
that.
maybe 3 months, and he's just. Oh, I hope one day they ask us to take him because they can't handle him. Because I would scoop that little motherfucker up. Anyways, his name is Smokey, and he's this beautiful dog. But see, when they got him really young, where he was, I mean, like 8 weeks he was there, and so we've interacted with the dog since then. So we've developed the whole household, Jen, my dad, my brother, they've all developed this bond. Myself with this dog, to where if he sees us across the street, he darts across the street. And so well, fortunately our street isn't that busy, but every time he does it, I'm like, who am I going to kill if they run him over? Like, I'm going to punch through your fucking window, rip you out, and run your fucking throat across it. Like, who's going to die tonight? I always get panicky, but he did it today. Like, I'm going out to my dad's car. We're going to the range. And he runs up. He's the cutest dog. He sees my dad, runs up to him. He's hopping around, trying to get in the house because he knows we haven't let the boys meet him yet. We're waiting for him to get big enough. Now he's getting big enough because when he first got him, he was a little runt, and it's like Linky's 90 or 90 or 100 or 90 pounds. Yoshi's 72. Like, they're not huge, but they're not. Yeah, I don't want him to injure him just trying to rough play. So. Not only that, but the other one is in heat, so like they're gonna start humping immediately. Fucking dogs. People don't get to act that way. That's the one thing that people got on dogs. They just don't. Most people, normal people, don't go humping anything they fucking see.
you don't walk around and sniff other dudes' assholes.
You know what? I'm trying to stop. Okay, thanks for bringing it up. Addiction's real.
How's it going? Let me smell your ass.
Hey, turn around, Bucko. I don't know who you are. I gotta figure this one out. Who you be? Listen, buddy, let me sniff your seat. You never hear that on the bus anymore. At least not at like normal working hours. Yeah. Get up! I want to sniff your seat. Can you imagine if humans were like that though, where it's like rather than shaking hands, it's like, where were you sitting? Okay, no, yeah, I was over there. Like, how fucking weird is that? Like, I love dogs, but there's just certain things dogs do that are like humans. When they get territorial, they like fight, they argue, they verbalize most times. Dogs, when they get territorial, they hump. It's like, oh yeah, I want some of your food. I'm gonna fuck you. Like, it's like, think about if you're in Subway and the guy's like, that sandwich looks good. And the guy's like, yeah, well, fuck you. It's my sandwich. Other guy goes, I'm gonna fuck you for it. Like, topsy-turvy the world would be. I don't eat at Subway because it's fucking garbage food. This is an anti-Subway endorsement. They hire
I actually like
pedophiles.
Subway.
I was the Quiznos guy.
I don't like any of the like. I
Didn't
like
you
a
work
real
at
sub.
Subway?
I live in Chicago. I'll eat real subs. Quiznos
I hated Heroes.
Here. Why did you hate Heroes?
I loved Heroes.
Their bread was too fucking hard.
What?
Yeah.
Have you had Mr. Sub?
Mr. Sub? Yeah.
Mr. Sub is much like Heroes. Also, Jersey Mike's smells exactly like Heroes used to smell.
I've never had Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's is
not. Here's two things about Mr. Sub or Heroes. I went there to go order some food, and the people that behind the fucking thing were such fucking assholes because I didn't know what they had on the menu.
You gotta know the lingo, bro.
You fuck them.
That's on you, man.
That's on you, bro. It's a Chicago staple, bro.
Don't treat your customer like a fucking piece of shit, and that's what they did. Second thing, their bread was too fucking hard, and I don't like it.
I like their bread.
The crust part of it was too hard. The inside of the bread was fine, but
it was a little chewy. For me, it was always a little chewy.
I don't like that.
But
Are they still there?
No.
No, the supposedly whoever bought it is supposed to reopen, but it's not going to happen.
Closest thing you can get to Heroes is Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Really?
Jersey Mike's also does a really good wrap.
I've never had.
You can do any of their subs in a wrap, and I do their the chicken bacon ranch one in a wrap, and it's fucking amazing. No, what is Notoli's? I don't know if I've ever been in Notoli's.
I've never.
I'm not fancy.
Beepita Baba, Beepita Boopas. That's pretty.
I'll have the gabagool. So did Sopranos just make that up for no reason? Like also, do Italians actually call pasta sauce gravy? Like, was that just made up baloney?
Pretty fucking gross if they do.
Like, let me get the gravy. Like, he always put the sauce, the gravy. Like, he never called it sauce. The gravy, I want the gravy. He died of a fucking heart attack. Do my gravy and cigarettes and cocaine.
Oh my god.
I never got that about it. Like, Jen is Italian. I'm like, you're Italian? Do you say gravy? And she's like, no. But she's also Polish, so it's like,
So she installs doors backwards. And
yeah. How many gens does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. It's me who does it. It's on Belmont, just west of Harlem.
Okay.
I don't remember that place at all.
Belmont and Harlem. Shit, that's
Rob, were you with us when we did that like group thing where we all saw a movie and I was trying to get with the one girl? I can't remember her name now. It doesn't matter. I think we all I've had a couple weird adventures with Rob. You see, Rob and I at some point had interest in the same girl, and she had this party and invited us over to it. And then this wasn't like a nighttime, like, well, it's 1 a.m, right? The sun was up. This was like 4 p.m. we go there. And she is fucking hammered and is all over me. And I think it was even Rob who noticed initially, where he's like, yo, look at her brother. Her brother is like staring holes in me. And then come to find out later on that he actually just got out of county.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, so we got the fuck, like when we left, it was literally daytime. It was like 5:30 during the summer daytime. It was it was the weirdest fucking experience because like this dude wanted to fight me because look how I look. I had a goatee in high school, so I don't look like some 16-year-old or however old we are. And she had brothers who they just wanted to, like, the one for sure wanted to fight me. She even told me so like the next day.
She just go up to them and be like, yeah, me and my friend here are gay, don't worry.
I'd have been like, no, we already double teamed her in the car.
So she had more than one brother? Is that what Ron was saying?
She had several. I think 2 or 3 at least. But yeah, that was always a weird experience. I've had a lot of weird shit go on in my life like that. In situations I shouldn't have even been in. And it's just like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. Like, how does this happen?
I went to a house party once where we were all hanging out and shit was having fun. And all of a sudden there was some kind of like fight that broke out. And like the whole party ended and like everybody was getting out and I ended up getting stuck there. Like I got stranded with one of the people who lived there. And I was like, I was like, what the fuck's going on? And the sister was like all fucking pissy and yelling at me, and I was like, what am I doing? I was like, I'm just here. I got stranded. I was like, find me a way home. I was like, get me fucking home, and I'll leave. That's I hated those kind of parties.
I'm lame. I've only ever been to one house party. It was with this Irish chick I was dating that Matt always references. And I just remember being there, and I was like, I have nothing in common with everyone here. I was lame, but also like it was weird.
She's really
because,
emo too. Like she was the type of girl that like. Remember back in the MySpace days where the emo chicks always had the beanie that like covered one eye but had a little bit of bangs coming out, so she looked like a fucking samurai from an anime. It was like one of those type of emos.
She had other qualities, but yes, she was very emo. No, but it was weird because like I freshman year of high school, I ended up moving with my father out to North Boone. So like I went from like city kid to like everyone over there had like fucking barn parties, and I'm like, this is just really lame. Like
Fabian asked, the one that almost ran me over, ? Who was that?
No, that was I'm not going to use names because these people don't watch, but that was another lady.
Lady
is this somebody I know?
In the passing.
That was another hussy.
All right, so
is this somebody I know, Anthony?
Yeah.
I still to this day think of Alex's off the cuff remark when you were quote unquote dating the redhead, the big one. So this was grammar school.
No, don't use names.
I don't even remember her name, but this was grammar. Yeah, shush. It's a fun
elephant.
I'm gonna have a hard time telling the story because I still find it so fucking funny because I still hear it in my head exactly how you said it. But so there was this whole thing. We were in 8th grade, and there was this girl who liked his brother. So she asked, basically, I think him to, she liked Giovanni, and she wanted to tell everybody that Lewis and her were dating to make Giovanni jealous. And Lewis was just kind of like, and here's the thing: if you saw the two juxtaposed to each other, there's a shadow casted on one from the other. I'll put it that way. And
you know the scene in Free Willy where
so we're sitting. We're sitting on the porch, and she's not there, of course. He didn't do it to her. So we're sitting on the porch, and Alex goes, "Hey, you want to come in? I just got some breakfast biscuit sandwiches. Would you like 1, 2, 10?" Just the way he rolled it off his tongue. I just, to this day, I can't think about it without
I did that, really?
fucking going. But you weren't actually offering them to him. You were just mocking the situation where he's like, "Hey," you were like, "Hey, I got the," because I think Lewis was just talking about these like, I think they were like breakfast mini like Egg McMuffin sandwiches or some shit. And you were just like, "Hey, so I got these breakfast sandwiches. You want to come in and have 1, 2, 10?" It was so fucking mean, but so funny. I will always bring me to the fucking point of tears. I don't know why. It's a memory that's just there, man.
I guess I spent all my funny shit back in the day when I don't remember.
Oh well, we also had such a weird group of friends. Like one of our viewers is one of those weird fucks. Joey, if you're there, say hi. We were all weird. We all did, we did backyard wrestling and everything from backyard wrestling to gaming together to watching fucking pay-per-views on your goddamn hot box. Where it was like before my mom really got into wrestling and wanted to order pay-per-views to watch with me, I'd go to Alex's house on that Sunday night and it'd be fucking Rudy and Manny and you and Joey and I. And some of the shit that would be said in that room would get us all canceled. So canceled.
Yeah. So my wife would be sleeping in the back room, my daughter would be sleeping in the right room, and then we'd be in the front room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I think I put a curtain up at one point, just so we wouldn't be so loud.
It would get a bit rowdy. I mean, it was fun, you know, like
because a lot of you guys too are like I think 20 years old, and you guys were like it was like coming up with your own. You guys would come in with your own beer or whatever, and we'd drink.
Oh yeah, I remember the one.
I was the enabler.
Well, I remember the one night. I don't remember what it was. I came home from I think maybe a show, and you guys were on the porch drinking Goldschlager out of all fucking things.
Oh, that was Freedom and I, yeah.
And you guys were like, "You want to come over?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then we literally got hammered that night off Goldschlager, or Rumplemints. No, it was Rumplemints.
It was Rumplemints. Yeah,
I got hammered, and to this day, I still love Rumplemints. By the way,
fucking ran out of the freezer,
man. Oh yeah,
that shit in the freezer.
Yeah. We finished the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hammered.
And it was still cold. Isn't it weird when you finish a bottle and it's still fucking cold?
The first bar I went to was with you illegally. I was like, yo, I'm not 21, and he's like, you look old enough. I know these guys. Don't worry. Like I said, I've had facial hair since high school.
I think that was Goldie's. Yeah.
And we got off of work together.
I remember when I brought fucking Rudy and Joe to the fucking bar during Super Bowl, and the two of those fucking guys got kicked out.
Did Tim ever tell you the story about Rudy and how he? So this is when Tim and Rudy worked together at Blockbuster, and it was like they were.
I didn't know they worked together.
And there was a brief time when they worked at the same point at Blockbuster together, and Rudy got hammered and was like throwing up and shit, so that they had to take him and go get hydrated.
It was in the Blockbuster.
Yeah, inside.
They had a party there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did us like a little party.
Giovanni, thank you for joining. Have yourself a wonderful evening. You can check out the rest of these live episodes get posted right away, so you can check it out in the morning, listen to it in the car.
Have fun working tomorrow, Giovanni.
Yeah, enjoy your shift, buddy. Enjoy being one of the employed people still in this country.
Tell us how the airport is.
Hey, man, right now it's probably nice because nobody gets fucking close to them. Like, it's like, you know to stay back. If you don't, I will pepper spray you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can, at this point with the COVID, people can be like, yo, it's 6 feet or I fucking roundhouse you. Like, if you want to be that way, you can.
It's 6 feet without mask. It's not when you have a mask.
I saw a diagram that it's fucking 6 feet squared. Like, it's 6 feet. Like, if you are within, like, there are more guidelines for walking in public than there are fucking driving. But it's like, I saw a diagram that it's like, you should be 6 feet this way, and behind you, and in front above you. Why will there people be less than 6 feet above me?
That store I went into today, they actually had arrows pointing in directions. And I was like, really? I was like, come on, man, we're done with that.
I had one lady chastise me for walking down an aisle that the arrows were going the opposite way.
Fuck you. I needed peas, bitch. You know, like...
I'm done with the arrows.
I don't pay attention to them at all. Like, I'm sorry, this is a grocery store, not a fucking one-way road. Like, I'll wait 6 feet away. I'll wear my mask. Fuck your arrows. I'm not cattle. I'm not going to be herded in directions.
Yeah.
Assholes. You know, here's my big problem with it. They say you have to wear a mask, but then I go in there wearing my mask. I mean, I will say this. Underneath my coat, which I did unzip, I was only wearing a mask on the rest of my body as well. But they didn't need to throw me out. It wasn't fair, and I'd like to shop at Meijer again. I'm just saying.
Although now they want you to wear what, like 2 or 3 masks?
If you don't wear 3 masks, you're part of the problem. You see, you got to wear the first mask is for your safety. The second mask is for the public safety. The third mask is for the unborn baby seals.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotta keep those seals around. But is that really a thing though? Like they're making people
some areas like New York, I think, is one of the places where they're like, put 2 masks on because if you don't, you're gonna catch it. It's here. L.A. is, I mean, it's ripping through the homeless populace.
My kid is my oldest kid is gonna go back into finally doing dance with her class or after school program, and they're requiring them to wear 2 masks.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
always
like,
great
okay.
to restrict children's breathing when they're doing cardiovascular exercise.
I'm like, okay.
That
But
doesn't cause lung
I
issues.
think one of the reasons why I think they're doing it is because one of them is a surgical mask, and then one of them is everybody's like making their own mask out of whatever
You
they
should
want.
totally get one with the Angel of Death cover from Slayer on it and send her on over with it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Why not? I'll get one that
All
says
right.
God hates us all. I've actually thought about ordering a Nerdattude mask, like with the logos on it. I've also thought about ordering the ones
with
that.
with that logo right there that you got right there by you. Wait, where are you at when I'm
Just gotta
pointing?
do.
You're actually.
I
I'm
just
on
don't
your
wanna
other
be
side
rude.
now. We've swapped.
You're this way,
Yeah,
but
on
it's
that
still the
side.
same. It's still the same on my screen.
For
All right,
me
so you
now,
know
we've swapped.
All right, so we need to establish that every day.
Discord's a bitch, dude. It just does what it wants.
I'm always the bottom.
It's got a mind of its fucking own at this point. Basically, sorry.
Anthony's the bottom. Sorry.
That's just like in life. I mean, I can talk to Shay.
I want to
I've
get a
heard of
shirt
pegging.
of that. I want to get a shirt of that or a sweater or something.
I gotta go to the guys in the mall and see what, because like the thing is, I didn't look at, because they have all the T-shirts there, and I didn't even look at the quality of them, which I should have. Once I get a little bit of the, the cheddars, I'll go to the mall and check it out.
That on the back, and then this on the front, like over here or something like that.
Well, I figured you would do that on the front, and then you'd have the podcast logo on the back. Above it, we are a professional podcast.
Yeah, it's either that or the one with our three faces. You could do like on the side.
Although
Oh shit! Even in the sleeves, yeah.
that's the thing is, like, I know Jen wants a hoodie of like every fucking piece of artwork Rob has done for the show because they're all amazing. Rob, send me those files, buddy. We want to, or here's the thing, Rob, straight up, because Rob has his own store that he utilizes and shit. If you can get big sizes, let us know because we'll order through you.
Yeah,
as long as they, we're we would be in the plus sized model section. Like, and big is beautiful, baby. But we're in that echelon at this point in life, and always for me. In fact, I've always been a pudgy little fucker.
Rob has what, a Teespring or something like that.
He has a. I don't know what he utilized. I don't know if he's still in the video, to be honest with you, which is would come in handy at this point. But, but yeah, he's actually his link. He's got a link that was in the splash art, which we'll show again. See him basically. There he is. He's in here. So we were just saying we want to make some shit. So if you have the outlet to do so, and you want to go through your store for just to order for us personally before because the goal is we want to actually get some of this stuff not only to where we can eventually sell it to you guys because it's amazing, but also like do giveaways and stuff like that for like a T-shirt or for the house. I honestly really want to get like. So he has disabled his store. So we'll look up local stuff. I also want to get a big poster printout of like try to figure out how to collage all three of like the Nerdattude logo, the movie podcast logo, and this newest piece of work he did, and like frame it and hang it somewhere in my house.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. I like moisture in my bathroom though. So that could ruin it. No, it would have to be like, I've had some thoughts for things to do on the channel. For one thing, I'm gonna this section of my bedroom. Well, that not only that, but getting fried with Matt. I think the first real segment of getting fried with Matt is going to be filmed with Revenant's Rob, Revenant Draw's wife. We were both air fryer aficionados.
Jesus Christ.
The concept I kind of had that we're discussing, and I gotta this week. What I'm gonna do is because we have 2 weeks off, and that doesn't mean there won't be content. I still have to spit out last week's episode, which I believe is the Valentine's Day episode. No, that's already out. What was last week's?
Mortal.
Yes, Mortal and. I don't know what the other movie was.
Jojo Rabbit. So last week's episode is gonna be out there. We have a one-off movie review for an awesome action kung fu movie that we're gonna be out there. So there'll still be some content. We're just not gonna do any new episodes for
So
at least a couple
you and I
weeks.
might do one. Also, you and I might do one.
We got to figure out what we're doing. I don't know, to be honest, what's going to happen with the wrestling thing.
Yeah, but you and I might do.
Yeah, we
Ready
were talking about that. It's just going to see. I'm going to take this week and I'm going to write several things. I'm going to try to film something this week for the gaming portion of the channel, which is going to be that retrospective on abandonware titles. But I've got more green screen coming in, so I've got stuff I've got to I'm going to redo my whole area here to try to maximize what I can do, and I'm not in such a box. But there's going to be a lot more filming outside the little cubby area. But yeah, one of the ideas is an idea of doing an air fryer, like almost like an infomercial, but that like as it progresses, it gets cattier and cattier. Where it's like a challenge where it's like we're both making turkey burgers our way in the air fryer, and it's like, you know, like one of the lines I had in my idea was like I look at the camera and I'm like, and I'm taking this bitch down, and then like the next scene would be like her talking and be like, he said that, what an asshole, and then it cuts off to like, you know, like so further and further it goes along, and then another segment idea I have for Getting Fried with Matt is like just throwing ludicrous things into it and still coming out food.
G.I. Joe's,
yeah,
Legos.
Yeah, where it's like our secret ingredient, nails. You know,
here's an old pair of shoes I found.
Yeah, for a little kick, we'll go back to the Willy Wonka. But, you know, like that. I also still really want to do the vaping video because vaping videos they've really slowed down. Like even the big YouTubers who are doing a lot of them aren't doing them as much. So I think right now would be a funny time. So I really want to get that written and kind of get that filmed. But that would be easy. I can do that. You know, that's as simple as like my background being fucking hippie tie-dye. Or like
Yeah.
You know, or like a photo of a wall of like vape fluids and shit. It's like
a nice little fucking reefer leaf.
Exactly. Like that's the thing is like I have these ideas. It's just I gotta get them written, and I wish COVID wasn't happening, and I wish there's a way to get together.
Yeah, a little more.
Because we're in the same fucking city virtually. Lewis is a little bit farther out, but it would just be nice to get together and film shit together. Or I would ideally like to build a whole group of people. Like I'd love to, you know, Rob and V and anybody else who wants to be like part of it. It's just I'd love to form a little group, to where it's like, yeah, we'll meet here. We'll film this, you know, and like the nice thing is with the way phones are and everything, Rob has beautiful DSLR cameras that he can record video on. And the nice thing is because with email and everything, we just email me the footage and I edit them together and do it. And so it's a bummer with COVID, but it can be done. It can be done. It's just, you know, I have an iPhone 11, which takes
movies during COVID. So
well, that's like the next time I go to the gun range. I think it's going to be Jen and I are going to do a date night because the gun range has Wednesdays as women's night. And
do they get it for free?
Half off.
Oh,
and, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little knockoff GoPro and do a little camera vlog series of us going to the range.
Do one with you fucking looking down the range.
I know. I got to get it. Oh, I booted.
You never show your fucking targets.
I'm not there. I was showing off the weapon. I wasn't showing off.
I know, but at the end, at least show a fucking picture of the target.
Let me tell you right now. They weren't all bullseyes. About 70% of them were within the first small circle. Okay,
it's more confident.
Not super. Right. Oh, I'm not. I don't need confidence, buddy. I know how good I am. I've got the acclimate for it, my friend.
All right.
It was only, the thing about it is we weren't on the rifle range. We're in the pistol range, so it was only 25 yards, which the rifle range is nicer because you can go up to I think 40 or 50, which is distance where it's like you gotta kind of like. At 25 yards, like you got to be steady, but not nearly as steady as you need to be to hit center point.
Still, I don't know how you didn't fucking notice that guy next to you and tell him, hey, fucking place your hands right on the.
Oh, I knew he was there, but he wasn't holding it to a point where.
How close?
Like, there. I mean, you're in a phone booth. Like you're next to each other in a phone booth, basically.
And they're clear too, which that's nice.
He wasn't holding it to the point where he was dangerous. He was just stupid. Like
I know, but it's his placement of his hands. So you got your trigger finger, and you're covering your trigger finger with your other hand.
Well, the problem is when you see people that wrap the weapon too much in their hands, it's because they're scared of it. They're scared of the pop. Like pistols, especially. If you have like the 9mm that I fire is a short barrel 9mm, so it's got it's got a good pop up on the recoil. And the problem is people are scared of it. Like if you don't fire often and your brain doesn't know what's going to happen as soon as you pull that trigger, you're scared of it.
White knuckling it.
Yeah, you're thinking about what's going to happen as opposed to just being like.
But that's also somebody who wasn't told how to hold the gun.
Oh, absolutely. You have people who get the FOID card, buy a weapon, and seek no training. And that's a problem. That's those are the type of people that are, even though they're legal gun owners, they're dangerous. Like
you should be taught how to use a gun before you even fucking own a FOID card. I don't know, whatever.
Well, you have to apply for the FOID card, so it is a license.
But I know, but I'm just saying, like, you should be taught how to use a gun, or actually hold a gun, or any kind of whatever.
I mean, the thing is, these people, like, the problem is, for one thing, with the whole pandemic and everything that went on, like, it's still ammunition. There are still ammunition shortages, and Illinois is such a piece of shit of a state that you can't buy ammunition out of state and have it shipped to you. You can't have it shipped to a dealer on your behalf, because, like, here's the thing: people think that you can go online and buy a gun and it's shipped to your home like a fucking Amazon package, and it's not the it's not the truth. If you buy a gun online, it has to be sent to a registered dealer. When you order it, they say go to them. It'll be sent to them. You have 7 days to complete the background check. Then that local dealership, you have to go to them, get the background check completed. And then if you pass that, they'll give you the weapon. Otherwise, you don't pass it, you get a refund if you've already been charged or not, and that gun goes back to the online retailer that sold it to you. That's the thing is people want to make it seem like it's this easy process. It's not. I mean, you can go in if you've got a FOID card.
Chicago has one of the strictest gun laws, so.
I mean, if you've got a FOID card, you can go into a gun shop, and it's if you pay, like, you basically you can buy the weapon, you fill out all the government forms. Within the 72-hour waiting period that's mandatory, they run your background check and everything, and if anything is flagged, they don't sell you the weapon. And then there's this idea that are like, this myth of all the bad guns are coming from Indiana because they have looser control, and it's like, no, MAC-10s with serial numbers filed off are not legal weapons that are sold in Indiana either. That's not how it works.
Here's the thing: legal weapons are not coming from anywhere else. It's illegal weapons that are coming from places.
I mean, we also want to ignore and this isn't even a political thing, but borders having looser security allows gun trade and drug trade and everything to flow between the countries much easier. It's just the way it is. The fact is the cartel has figured out ways around of everything you could think of. Like, they're a smart group of lads, we'll put it that way. They're resourceful. So it is what it is. It's one of those things where they want to blame, but we don't want to look at things either. We don't want to look at what's wrong with the person beforehand, what's the situational. Like, you do have cases where it's the parents who own the weapons and they're neglectful of it, and their kid takes it, and that's like there was that one situation with the one school, and those are really sad and unfortunate. And it's just like, I agree that, but the problem is what can you do to have that situation be avoided in the before you let them buy the weapon? Like, do you have a scanner that says, like, one day you're going to be negligent to the point of costing people lives? Like, it doesn't work that way.
And then you're like, put them back. Give me the other baby. Give me that.
Yeah, and how about we just don't have the kid? We don't have the kid. In the next 10 years, we build an incredible arsenal with all the money we'll save. Like, I want the type of gun safe that Schwarzenegger has in Commando, where he's like, I have to get my rifle. And he runs to his gun safe, and he's like, beep, boop, boop, boop. And he pulls out, he's literally got fucking machine guns in there. He pulls out the semi-automatic rifle. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you're a soldier? Really? Like, you get one rifle that you pull out? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I love that movie, but that's always pissed me off. Because, like, by the end of the movie, he's strapped in guns. It's nothing but guns and a fucking rocket launcher and cool smoke black eyeliner he's sprayed all over his fucking self. Grenades hanging off of him. And it's like, but to save his daughter, it's like, I get one rifle. Like, that's it? Like, this is my favorite. You're like, what is the point? Even as a kid, I never understood it. He's like, oh, this one. Like, did he go in there and have a moment of just like, I don't know, this one. That part has always been, but it's followed up with that really badass scene where the guy's like, if you ever want to see your daughter back, you're gonna have to negotiate, right? And he's like, wrong, bam, right in the fucking forehead. It's like that, that doesn't happen in movies anymore. Like, you don't have the hero just blatantly murder somebody in cold blood. And that's why the 80s movies, the action movies in general, were so much better. Because the good guys slaughtered motherfuckers wholesale. You want to watch this?
Last Action Hero
Great
fucking
movie.
did it all.
Great
One
movie.
of the
It showed what every movie was ever about in fucking that movie.
It even had the cheesy Guns N' Roses soundtrack. And
yeah, that is what 80s movies were all about in that movie.
I gotta watch that movie now. Damn you, Alex.
Is Charles Dance? Is he the villain in that movie?
Yeah. What's his face in Game of Thrones? Yeah.
He's fucking awesome in that movie.
He's
too.
with the eye.
Yeah.
That movie's amazing. But like, go watch. I believe it's Steven Seagal's Marked for Death when he's fighting the Jamaicans, and they have the fight scene where he's fighting them in the shopping mall. They're in the jewelry store, I think, and they're coming at him with knives. And he's just Aikitoing them and stabbing them in the chest with the knife. Like, he is a cop. And he is blatantly murdering these men. Like, Cobra. There's a scene where he's shooting dudes to death out of the back of a pickup truck. And they're on motorcycles and they're just skidding and dying. Like, that's why they were better. They just were, because they weren't afraid to be like, yeah, he's the good guy, but this is just cause why he murdered 37 people in this movie. Like, you have movies like Demolition Man that pointed out there's a little bit of fourth wall breaking. Last Action Hero, the entire movie is a satire. But yeah, I don't know. I miss that about movies, man. Everybody's with the political correctness. It's really kind of killed not only comedy, but it's killed that creativity and action. That's why I love the Indonesian kung fu movies, dude. They just don't give a shit. They're like, no, we're gonna have him fight 13 men, and he'll have like a machete, and they just rip him up. It's gorier than a fucking horror movie. I love it.
Yeah, speaking of which, the one review we're gonna put out, that movie is just fucking intense.
Dude, yeah. I love it. I want to go watch it again.
Yeah.
Oh, check out, I actually have 2 more suggestions that I just watched. The Man from Nowhere. Take it easy, Rob. We'll see you soon. We're going to be buttoning up here soon as well. The Man from Nowhere, and I think these are both on Netflix. And there's a Man from Nowhere, and then there was another one. They're the same production house and everything.
They're both Indonesian.
Yeah. And then the other one is I can't remember the name. It was The Man from Nowhere, and there was another one there's also another one called Headshot that's directed by the same guy that directed...
You talked about that one before.
Yeah, I didn't know that he directed it, but the same guy who directed The Night Comes For Us. There's some really solid fucking action movies out there right now in the Asian market that, like, really is the only place you're getting that quality of, like, fight scene, besides the John Wick franchise, frankly, where you're getting that quality of fight scene and shit. Like, those two, The Man from Nowhere and the other one that I can't think of, are both a little bit slower. They don't have the scene-to-scene murder, but the action scenes that are in them are brutal. They're effective. Some of the gunplay is very reminiscent of, like, John Woo. Okay. So yeah, the Netflix really does have the best Asian market action flicks out there. Like, they've captured that market really well.
And they're all like all these movies are so under the radar too.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy that these people, like, they don't know it. Like, you don't. Well, I mean, oops, I'm typing keys and getting drum roll. Like, you don't think about it. Oh, I'm getting audio. Shut up, audio. Sorry, live audience. I'm just trying to look to see what this. Oh, by the way, Debt Collector 1 and 2, both worth watching on Netflix's. They've got Scott Adkins. He's great in both of them.
Debt Collector is that the newest one that came out just recently?
Yeah, there's 1 and 2. It's Scott Adkins and this other dude that's like
No, not Alex, not the Tax Collector.
No, Debt Collector. I can't remember if that. Oh shit! There was something with Collector that came out in the last year.
Oh, I don't know. We watched The Dirt.
We're ripping on it like really bad.
We just watched The Dirt, and it was really good. No, The Debt Collector actually was a like indie kind of European movie, and it did so well they made a sequel. Like they didn't. I don't think they expected it to take off.
Within a year or no?
Within a couple of years. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was Hulu.
Shit, I'm trying to figure out the movie. But there was a movie that came out that somebody with a friend of mine had posted something that they watched it, and it was a shitty movie. Or at least they feel that there was a shitty movie. I don't trust their judgment on it.
Every time I think of Scott Adkins, I see this movie like randomly or like at Walmart every time I'm walking by. It's a movie called Ninja that he was in.
Yes. In the Debt Collector movie, his partner in the movie is a washed up actor who was in a movie called Ninja. And they basically
making fun of it.
Yeah, they basically make fun of Scott Adkins, yeah.
I've never seen the movie, but I always see the cover, and every time I look at it, I'm like, Scott Adkins, like, I don't know.
So All's Hallows Eve and Resolution are both on Prime.
Every time I hear Scott Adkins, I'm thinking of like some 80s actor.
Oh, no. This is dude that was the Deadpool stunt double in
Origins. I know. But
which I believe you were the first one to call out. So I can't remember what fucking service I watched these movies on, dude. For the like, I thought it was Netflix, but it's not in my watched shit. It's not on Prime. It's not on Hulu.
Oh, All's Hallows Eve. That has Art the Clown in it.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. Kind of.
I just rewatched Terrifier.
Oh, really?
It's a good movie. I love that movie. Sadly.
It is. I watched it the one morning with my son while he was eating waffles.
Did he enjoy it?
Yeah.
All right, that's worse.
I mean, there's supposed to be. I think it got postponed, but the sequel for Terrifier was supposed to come out.
Really?
Yeah. Also, I think All Hallows Eve 2 should probably be on Prime as well.
I don't know if I saw the first one.
Alex, you've seen, or yeah, you saw Terrifier because we watched it for the thing. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of All Hallows Eve.
It's where he first appeared, but I honestly haven't seen it yet myself.
Yeah, it's not great, but it has some cool like shorts in it.
Okay.
What month is gonna be the Arnold Schwarzenegger month? July? What's his birthday?
We haven't determined it, have we?
I don't even know.
It's gonna be his birthday month, or is it just gonna be a random month?
Yeah, let me see when Arnie was born. July. Yeah, July.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's so many movies. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
When we get there, somebody's got to rest his vocal cords for at least a couple weeks.
Bro.
Will one of the movies be Hercules in New York?
No, there's so many good ones. Why would we do that?
I've never seen it. We should do it.
Oh God, it's so terrible.
I think
not even his voice.
the last.
I think they actually went back and redubbed it in the late '80s.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
I think that month we might have to not do a live show and squeeze in another
Arnold
week of reviews, unless it's a live show. But we do.
Yeah, we can do a live show review.
Yeah.
I just think the last week of that month it would be cool to do our favorite Arnold movies, which mine is Last Action Hero. Matt probably has 11 different ones that are tied. I know T2 is probably high on that list.
T2 is the best. I mean, you don't get better than T2. So for me, God, dude, as a kid, like anything Schwarzenegger touched, except for Junior, I loved. Like, I mean, I'm talking everything. Like, it didn't matter, bro. He was in Death Race 2000. He was one of the massage guys when they were getting massaged. I had to watch that because he was in it. Like, it didn't matter. It was Commando, Total Recall, Terminator, Terminator 2. I liked the Terminator movies for the most part. Salvation's a little bit, but the fact that he's in them, I like. Collateral Damage was okay, but it got fucked around because 9/11 happened and it got delayed. I like The Sixth Day, which nobody likes.
I've never watched that whole movie.
It's cheesy,
watched
but
it
I
all.
like it a lot.
I like Eraser.
Eraser, Running Man. I mean, you name it. End of Days. Like he made some amazing dumb action movies, and True Lies is. See, for me, it's like
That's another one of my favorites,
T2
yeah.
True Lies is where it's at. Like T2, I think is going to always take number one, but True Lies is real close second. That's
think-
arguably his best
more.
movie.
I think that last week has to be, since Alex, you're a big fan of Last Action Hero.
Yeah, Last Action Hero, Total Recall. Oh shit, you just said it.
True Lies.
And it fucking True Lies, and fucking Running Man.
Running
That-
Man's a
that-
solid movie, man.
Those
That
are my four,
last
those are
week,
my four favorites.
Last Action Hero, T2, and True Lies would be a great way to close out that month.
Yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
the thing, right? True Lies is actually somehow on Vudu or on Prime. It's
Uh-huh.
not a true HD cut. It is the cable box cut that somehow got ported over. The same cut that I have on Vudu. But I have Running Man on 4K on iTunes, so we got to get you guys hooked up with iTunes. And I've got literally, I've got like all of his. I got Commando. I got Commando on Vudu and iTunes actually. T2. I've even got the new Terminator out there. Jingle All the Way, I've got iTunes, but we don't need to review that. We already did that. Running Man is iTunes. Eraser's Voodoo. Like, I've got most of the catalog. And what I don't have digital, I have physical. Like, probably several versions of each.
Okay.
How the fuck do you say his middle name? Alois?
Hitler.
I didn't know he had a middle name.
I didn't
Arnold has
either.
a name?
Adolf?
Oh god.
Alois? Alois?
Adolf.
His initials are ass.
Adolf. Yeah, I was over there and I was eating peanut butter jelly. You don't have peanut butter jelly, it's so good.
I do like
there's a good ratio of peanut butter to jelly. You don't want too much jelly. You don't want too
God,
much peanut
you have
butter.
a good month of July, huh?
It's gonna be an interesting one.
Oh man, but that's gonna be weird because we can't do Independence Day.
See, that is the thing. I think. See,
It-
for the
Inde-
only
Independence Day bonus.
see the only thing is for Independence Day, there was two movies in my head: Independence Day and Die Hard 4. Die Hard 4 is literally, I think, isn't that over in like July 4th weekend? That movie takes place.
I don't remember.
I think what we'll have to do is shoot the Independence Day. See, if you're still watching, you're getting behind the scenes footage now. You're watching the jelly beans.
I probably
be
should
made.
have ended the stream like 10 minutes ago, but let's be honest with you.
Should we just sign off?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the deal. Anybody who's still here, if you're watching VOD, we're gonna take a couple weeks off. There still will be content coming to the channel. At least 2 videos. One being a full episode with all 3 of us. One being a one-off movie review with all 3 of us, and then Alex and I will talk and see if we're gonna do anything for that second week. But we're at least gonna take a week off. Come back, check out the other content. There is going to be new things coming to the channel as well, other than podcast stuff. I've got ideas that I want to film and get out there. And check out some of the video game stuff. I'm going to be putting together a whole series of games that have basically kind of been abandoned in time, but are still really cool games. So I'll be showcasing those. But yeah, so we will see you guys in a few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. See ya.